Alright, today I'm going to show you how to check out books. You've already had a tour of the circulation desk, but today we're actually going to show you how to check out books. For the month of September, October, it's understandable that not everyone has a GoCard, but if a student does have their GoCard from last year, they can use this to check out books still. And all you'd have to do is scan the barcode. It doesn't matter if it's upright or upside down. The scanner is on the right-hand side of the machine, and all you have to do is scan the card. And that's when the name appears up at the top of the screen. Okay? Now we're assuming that the machine is already in checkout mode. There are instructions on how to check out books on the front of the monitor panel, the checkout and the check-in process. And if the machine had not been in checkout process, the F8 key is the one that you would use to toggle back and forth between checkout and check-in. But we assumed it was already on checkout because it was. I scanned the card, and the cards are always automatically given back to the student as soon as you have scanned it in. Okay? Now the student will most likely come to you with one or two books. There's a fictitious student here, just in case you're wondering. But we're going to take a regular checkout. According to the checkout procedure, the very first thing you do with the book is to make sure that there are no damages. So I just do a quick scan, make sure there's no problem with it. If there had been a problem, there is a damage slip container here where you would have to tell me if there was a label missing or maybe some pages falling out or something happening. But right now this is a good book, there's no damage to it, so we can now scan it. Again, the barcode's on the top left-hand corner, the scanner's on the right. You just basically position it through the scanner, and the title of the book that's being checked out appears on the list. Okay? We're going to do another sample. There's a second book called Awesome. And again, you double check that there are no damages to the book. Okay? And then you scan the barcode. Now if you have this too close to the scanner, you will not always be able to scan it in. This time it did, but all you have to do is back away if the scanner or red light isn't there, and then that way it will position properly. But the idea is that you make sure that the title of the book does appear there. Now, given that these are the two books that this fictitious student wants to borrow, our printer here, our little printer for the date due slips, is a little old, so it takes a little longer for it to print a receipt. So while we print the receipt, we press F11 to print it. And while that is printing, I'm going over to the sensitizing machine. And the sensitizing machine is to make sure that nobody is just walking out the door with books or stealing them. So the book can be scanned from right to left. Just slide it in, and it will make that clicking sound. Second book, it's again the spine of the book, and it's sliding through and clicking. Okay? So these two books are properly ready to go out, and what we have right now are people walking in, so their voices may be over superseding my voice, but in the meantime I'm going to still continue taping here. Be with you in a moment. These two books here are ready to go. All you have to do is tear the receipt off. You don't yank it up or pull it towards you. There's a serrated edge on the printer, so just tug on it lightly and tear. So there is the receipt. What you do is put the receipt in there, perhaps give them a nice bookmark or help yourself to a bookmark. Then there's this that says Care, Share, Be Aware. And these books then get handed over to the student, and you always remind them the books are due back in 2 weeks and bring them back on time. So the student has gone on their way. Now we still have a student's name on the screen. We always have to make sure that we exit the program so that no one else accidentally signs up students to that or books to that student. So to do that, we've already checked for damages. We've scanned the book as well as the cards. We've also pressed F11, and we've desensitized the book. Now to exit, you press F4 and escape, and notice that the name of the student has disappeared. So you've been taken through a basic checkout. Again, computer, scanner, printer, and desensitizer. Those are the vocabulary words for this unit. Thank you. We'll see you again.